Today we're going to be looking at the worst humans in Magic the Gathering based on mana cost. We're going to start at 1, and every 5 minutes we're going to go up the mana cost, and I am going to start off with Alibaba. Alibaba, a red 1/1 human. It's a human rogue, by the way. Human rogue. With the amazing activated ability of a single red tap target wall. Which by today's standards, there's not even any walls that you're willing to tap. And if there is one, it might even have hexproof, so you can't even get through that stupid wall in the first place. Who on earth even plays walls in 2026? Moving on, we got Indiana Jones with the Acacian Money Changer. This is actually almost a staple of just bad cards in general in Magic the Gathering. A white 0/2 human. No, okay, I can't read the ancient scripture. It's worthless. This creature enters with 3 credit counters. Now, when the creature enters, it deals 3 damage to you, which it's not very good value. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a credit counter on this creature, and you can sack the creature to gain 1 life for each credit counter on the creature. Oh, so you can get the life back. It's stone cold useless if, however, you play it. You don't want to play it if you have 3 or less life. You can only activate the ability during your upkeep, which is above and beyond stupid. Little Deadfly with Fugitive Wizard. It's the card that they put in the what's it called? The core sets. Just to remind you, every other card is better than this one, because all it is a 1-mana 1/1 human wizard. The best thing about this card is that it's a wizard. That's it. There's nothing else. Alibaba would be a legendary creature today if printed out. That's true. It most definitely would. Happy May 1st. Oh, I thought this was like is it May 4th? May the 4th be with you. We're not there yet. We can celebrate that on Monday. Arethusa with Flailing Soldier. Flailing Soldier is a 1-mana 2/2. Wow, that's amazing. Okay, there has to be some back-breaking downside to a 1-mana 2/2 in Masks block. There weren't any good cards in Masks block, or not many. So for 1 mana, Flailing Soldier gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Any player may play this ability. That's good. I bet the opposite is also true though. For 1 mana, Flailing Soldier gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Any player may play this ability. This is a pretty cool card. I don't know how many people are going to want to waste their mana to try to kill it, and other people could use their mana in order to puff it up. So this is definitely, I don't want to say this is a group hug type of card, but it is a card that collectively brings everyone together to hate on somebody. It's a gang up sort of card. We got a Jeff's up with the Benelish Hero. I thought this was a good card. Oh no, okay, so I'm quite mistaken. It might have been good at the time. It's a white 1/1 with banding. Don't underestimate banding though. I think they don't give banding nearly enough credit today. Mercenary with the Flying Men. That is, well, I guess I would never play this card. It's a staple in. Is it 93-94? Is it a staple in? It's one of those old formats. Like, they don't have like even many creatures. A 1-mana 1/1 flyer, that thing, it's almost busted in those formats. But yeah, I would never play this thing. A flying human creature. It almost looks, honestly, it looks like something that's really power crept by today's standards. I mean, it's literally an evasive fugitive wizard. It looks strangely strong, even though it's probably still bad. Can't get through a Stormcrow. We got Hexenort with the Branded Brawlers. Branded Brawlers, a red 2/2. Can't attack if defending player controls an untapped land. Well, well then. I mean, I guess if we combine this with Armageddon, then, you know, the deck just plays itself. Branded Brawlers can't block if you control an untapped land. Well, that's no problem. We can just tap all our lands in order to start blocking some stuff easily. All right, the 5 minutes is up. We are now at 2 CMC cards. So find your 2 CMC, the worst 2 CMC humans in Magic the Gathering. I'll talk a little bit more about Branded Brawlers. Back then, it might have been a huge downside to try to block because you had to sink a bunch of mana into your Branded Brawlers in order to block with it. But then that mana, when it went away, it burned you. So that's not good. And I guess on the upside, it did the same. Right, it can't attack if defending player controls an untapped land. Well, there's no downside to that at all. It just does not screw you whatsoever. Mappius says, banding seems really nice to have for me. It just actually having to deal with its rules is a bit problematic. Oh, you mean explaining the rules? That's the only downside to banding these days. How does that work? Just show them show them a Ristic Studies video. Veteran Brawlers. All right, we are now at 2 CMC. Veteran Brawlers is a 2-mana 4/4 soldier. Can't attack if defending player also controls an untapped land. What was this? This was a whole set over here? Veteran Brawlers can't block if you control an untapped land. I certainly hope that there was not like a playable deck that could be made out of these things. This is a $2 card, maybe because it's never been reprinted. It is a human soldier for the people that want us. Now, hey, don't get me wrong. Now, this one's a lot better than this one. This was just a 1-mana 2/2, which is like, it's like okay, but not that great. I think a 2-mana 4/4 is bigger and chunkier and way harder to block. We also have, next up, Archangel with the Agent of Xiaoku. Agent of Xiaoku is a 2-mana 1/1 mercenary human. And for 2 mana, sack a land. A target creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn. That is I don't know, I find that a weird ability coming from black. Not to say that black doesn't pump stuff up, but I didn't know that you could sack your lands in order to pump stuff up. Okay, so this has some playability by today's standards because we can now sacrifice those earth-bended creatures, right? The earth-bended lands, and we'll get the land back to sack even more. We can keep going over and over again. We just have to keep earth-bending stuff and keep sacking those things to buff up our creatures. Lil Deadfly says, too bad most banding creatures were pretty weak. Hey, it was good for the time. I mean, do we really want to see like 4/4s and 4/5s with banding today? They probably would be broken. It's probably why they don't bring it back. Isn't Mishra's War Machine the biggest banding creature? Probably. Next we've got Mappius with the King Suleiman. King Suleiman, 2-mana 1/1. Tap, destroy target Djinn or a free. That's not bad. A king that can destroy genies. Sounds powerful, actually. I don't know what useful Djinn you'd want to kill, though. I mean, I guess was this a sideboard card to beat Juzam Djinn? It's the only thing I could think of, frankly. Okay, we got Phil Goad with the Peerless Samurai. Peerless Samurai. Ooh, too expensive. Oh, sorry. You want the Alchemy. So the adjusted version is 2 mana? That's weird. 2/1 Menace. Whenever a samurai or warrior you control attack alone, the next spell you cast this turn costs 1 less to cast. Interesting. They had to power creep the crappy card in order to make it a little bit better. Still sounds like it sucks. Didn't help enough. Leon Corgi with the Glory Seeker. Glory Seeker is a 2-mana 2/2 human soldier. Damn! You have no abilities, Glory Seeker. There's nothing glorifying about you whatsoever. Nothing. Where you come from? You came from Onslaught? I don't think they got any glory. It's too bad. It died with no glory, but it was seeking it. John with Augur Ilvek. What? Uh-oh. Augur Ilvek is a 2-mana 1/3 human cleric with shadow. Not easy. Ooh, this is a sick art. I like it. If there's a shadow creature, this is what I figure it would look like. Sacrifice Augur Ilvek to gain 4 life. Play this ability only during your upkeep. Jeez, why can't I just sack this thing at any time? This is the future? This looks like the past. This literally looks like something they printed 20 years ago, not 20 years into the future. This thing can't hold a candle to like Tarmogoyf, which apparently was supposed to come into the future. Tarmogoyf was ahead of its time. You know, actually, it's very flavorful that Tarmogoyf is now power crept out of the game, because now that we've hit the future, it's like, you know, just like any other card. It's nothing particularly special. Hexanort with Barbarian Outcast. We have hit 10 minutes, so we are now moving on to 3 mana value cards. 3 mana value, everybody. Barbarian Outcast is a 2 mana 2/2 Barbarian Beast. When you control no swamps, you got nothing. You gotta sacrifice your Barbarian Outcast. Good God, this is really bad. By a few standards. First, it's a grizzly bear with pure downside. That's first. Second, you know what? I think that's the only super bad thing about this card. I mean, yeah, it has absolutely no abilities. It's all downside with no upside. A vanilla card is better than this. Why did they do this? It's in Torment? It's called Torment because they want to make you feel bad about playing your cards. Okay, Mercenary with Araba Mothrider. You are an incredibly talented person to ride a moth. Oh no, we need we're at 3 mana value now. This might be a lag thing. That's okay, I forgive you. So we'll try Archangel Anus, Ignoble Soldier. Actually, that would help if people tell me what the mana value is. Just keep me on track, just in case there's some lag over there. Ignoble Soldier is a 3 mana 3/1. Whenever Ignoble Soldier becomes blocked, prevent all combat damage that would be dealt by it this turn. Wow, not dealt by it, but not preventing the combat damage dealt by the blocker. Who's the Ignoble Soldier here? Is it the person on the ground or the person above? Oh, I see. No, okay, it's the person above. Apparently everyone has a shield. But this guy's going to deal damage to him, which means that our Ignoble Soldier dies, right? When it becomes blocked, prevent all combat damage that would be dealt by it, but not anything else. All right, so long, Ignoble Soldier. You're very ignoble, apparently. Indiana Jones with Combat Medic. We need a medic! 3 mana, 0/2. Oh, look at that. They have to change, like, the plus sign over here. You got around it, but we sort of, like, know what it means. That's the medic sign. That's the sign of a medic in Magic the Gathering. So for 2 mana, prevent the next 1 damage that would be dealt to target creature or player this turn. Hey, look, if you have infinite mana, maybe anything is possible. But you know what? We don't... Actually, okay, all that aside, this is a 3 mana 0/2. It literally does nothing. It's better off as an enchantment. It is actually way better off as an enchantment, like a Circle of Protection or something. Talithar with the Archmage. Ooh, damn, there's a lot of Archmages out there. But this so far, we're seeing a lot of red cards. Red seems to be pretty bad at being a human. This is a human spell shaper for that's a 2/2. And for 3 mana, tap, discard a card from your hand. Archmage deals 2 damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures and or players. I used to like abilities like that. This is... I can't remember what this card is that you spend 3 mana divide by 2. It's an old, super old school card. I think there's honestly worse out there. You could be... It's like a super Timmy. Super Timmy. Okay, Mercenary wants... Alert Shoe. Gotta let him know about something. Alert Shoe is a 3 mana 2/2. Attacking doesn't cause Alert Shoe infantry to tap. Oh, it's a 3 mana vigilance creature. That's it. Simple but effective. Talithar. Oh, I got Archmage already. Leon Corgi. Alicia, who smiles at death. What? You're saying that's the worst? I thought that's like a really popular card. I thought this card is good. I mean, I could be wrong. 3 mana, 3/2 first strike. When it attacks, you may pay 2. You can pay 2 mana. If you do, return target creature card. This cannot be that bad. This is the worst humans by mana cost, not the best. I'm not gonna claim that this thing is the best, but it's not. It's not that bad. I realize I'm probably blasting through. So we're gonna start. I think we're gonna stick on 3s after the sponsor segment, which is FusionGamingOnline.com. Right over here. My favorite place to buy my Magic the Gathering cards, especially since it's in my home city. So if I really need the cards today, I can just walk, not necessarily walk there. I'll drive down to FusionGamingOnline.com. Also, deal of the week, 15% off all Yu-Gi-Oh! Sealed product because they carry Yu-Gi-Oh! Flesh and Blood, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, and more, but especially Magic the Gathering, like Secrets of Strixhaven. But here's a secret. Maybe not the best kept secret, but a secret you'll want to know about is coupon code Nikachu. When you use it, you get 5% off all your purchases, and it supports the channel. Thank you so much, everyone, for supporting the channel, buying things at FusionGamingOnline.com. Okay, next up. Okay, we're gonna stick on threes for a little while. We're gonna stick on threes because I realized we'll go to 12 mana value by the end of the show, and that's too fast. Okay, Beastwalkers by David Sampson. Beastwalker is a 3-mana 2/2. It's a human beast soldier. Used to be a hero. Also for a green. This creature gains banding until end of turn. That's a big banding creature. What is this? Do we vote later? No, we're not voting on anything. Are 3-cost humans like really good or something? No, they're terrible. There should be. There's a lot of bad ones out there. I think there's a lot of bad ones out there. I think this one's pretty bad. I just think we can do a lot worse than Alicia, who smiles at death. Talithar with Baron Master Wizard. If I remember correctly, oh no, this is a different Master Wizard, or a different Baron. 3-mana legendary human wizard. It is a legend. And for 2 mana, sack a permanent to return target creature to its owner's hand. So you can unsummon your opponent's stuff. You can unsummon your own stuff. I don't know if it's sacking. Well, you can't sack a permanent. This actually, the context of this card changes so much by today's standards because we can make so many tokens. Clue tokens, treasure tokens, food tokens, blood tokens. So the sacrifice is not nearly as bad as it used to be. Returning creatures back to hand is like, it's a little awkward though. A lot of ETBs out there. We've got Aurora, Transcendent Master. Oh, there's a lot of Transcendent cards out here. Which one's the Master, though? Hold on. Did I spell this right? No, I didn't. Transcendent Master. Master. Oh, yeah, technically 3 mana. You don't like this card? I mean, I honestly can't tell if this card is actually any good. This is maybe a big Timmy card where they're like so hopeful to sink, what is it, 15 mana to make it a 9/9 indestructible lifelinker. Okay, it starts as a 3-mana 3/3. That's it. So it's pretty generic. Okay, you know what? This is pretty bad. You have to sink an entire 6 more mana just to make it a 6/6 lifelinker. So we've already spent 9 mana. And then we need to sink another 6 mana to make it indestructible. If you have infinite mana, I mean, you need infinite. I don't know if this is the best thing for infinite mana, but you need infinite mana just to bring it straight to a 9/9 indestructible immediately. No other way to do it. Yeah, 3 plus 12 equals 15. Yeah, 15 total. Philgoad with Abby Matron. Yeah, we're still at 3 mana. Of course, it's got to be an old card. 3 mana 1/3. It's a human cleric. And for a white tap, this creature gets +0/+3 until end of turn. I guess it's like a virtual wall. You know, it's doing a selfie, if anything. Hold on, how can I impersonate it? I'm just like the Abby Matron. MTG cards that look like they're giving a selfie. Starting with Abby Matron. Mercenary with the Alaborn Veteran. Level up was too safe with how it can only be used at sorcery speed. Yes, that was the downside to level up, and it still is. Basically no level up cards are any good. Alaborn Veteran is a 3-mana 2/2 human knight. And on your turn, before you attack, you may tap Alaborn Veteran to give any one creature +2/+2 until end of turn. Before you attack, but then you can't attack with this card. And you also let your opponent know exactly what's up. You're showing your hand before you actually make a plan. And Indiana Jones says, but the wall can't block after it taps itself for a buff. That's true. Yeah, so the Matron is a little sneaky in that way. Jake Ross says, opening a pack with Abby Matron always disappointed me. Was that a rare? No, it's a common. You shouldn't feel that disappointed. Come on, it's just as bad. I think this is a better common than most garbage commons. It's better than Draft Chaff. Although, to be honest, that card basically is Draft Chaff. We got Soth here. Soth with Rashka the Slayer. Probably didn't do that much slaying. It's a 5-mana 3/3 legend with reach. Whenever Rashka blocks one or more black creatures, Rashka gets +1/+2 until end of turn. What do you mean one or more? Reach. Whenever Rashka blocks one or more black creatures. It's funny, they built it in, they worded it in such a weird way, assuming it can block more than one creature. Like, why even add that? It should just say whenever Rashka blocks like at least a black, whatever. I don't know why the templating has to be that way. Oh, this is 5 mana. Yeah, it's too expensive. We're still at 3 mana. Disqualified. Disqualified until we hit 5. Thanks for letting me know. Indiana Jones and David Sampson and Felicia. Kono. Yeah, let me know your mana values at the end. Ceremonial Guard. Ceremonial Guard is a 3-mana 3/4. When Ceremonial Guard attacks or blocks, destroy it at end of combat. That's terrible. So it's basically a really, really crappy removal spell. Basically. Or you're swinging out for the win. I don't even know if that was draft playable. Next up. Alaborn is worse banding. Did we do Alaborn? Where's that the... Oh, that was this thing, the Alaborn Veteran. Very worse. Yeah, I guess it was very much worse banding. Okay, let's see. The Master of Arms. Screwed by change in game mechanics. The 3-mana 2/2 soldier with first strike, and for 2 mana, tap target creature blocking Master of Arms. So if I remember correctly, a long time ago, if you were to tap a creature during combat, it doesn't deal damage or something like that, but these days it doesn't matter. I don't remember the nuances of the rule. That was like way too old for me. I think that was before my time. I think. Or it just never applied to me because I never tapped my opponent's stuff. Mercenary says, I got a signed Master of Arms. You're a huge fan of getting your cards signed. Dan Frazier, baby. Have we done Chandler? Ooh. Some people, Michael Ng, might take it up with you. This is 5 mana. We're at 3 mana cards right now. So we're moving by mana cost. We're moving up. And actually, this will be our last 3 mana card. We're now at 4 mana. So we're at officially at 4 mana right now. Are we back? We are so back, Chazzy Brown. We're looking at, okay, we're now at 4 mana. The first person that gives me a 4 mana card, lets me know, is going to get it. Indiana Jones with Acacian Skirmisher. Acacian Skirmisher is a 4 mana 1/1. Bands. We have another banding card. First strike. That's got to be lethal. All creatures that band with skirmishers to attack gain first strike until end of turn. That sounds super lethal. Man, banding plus first strike. Imagine banding and double strike. Okay, we have Archangel Anu with Auspicious Ancestor. Auspicious Ancestor is a 4 mana 2/3. When this creature dies, you gain 3 life. That is excellent. Whenever a player casts a white spell, you may pay 1. If you do, you gain 1 life. Oh, it says everyone's got to be like, do you pay the 1? I play a white spell. Do you pay the 1? Do you want to gain a life around here? Very, very weak. But hey, 1 life is 1 life. And it's any player, right? Whenever a player, you could be that player. In fact, you might play another Auspicious Ancestor and get 2 triggers a turn. Rin with Iwamori of the Open Fist. This is a 4 mana 5/5 human monk with trample. Okay, how bad could this be? It's literally a 5/5. When it enters the battlefield, each opponent may put a legendary creature card from their hand onto the battlefield. Okay, I completely agree with you. That is 100% terrible. Maybe one of the worst four mana 5/5s you could ever play. It's basically the modern version of a Wumpus. Basically has the spirit of a Wumpus. Jeff with Affetto Runecaster. Where is our Runecaster? There it is. So this is a 4-mana human wizard. It's a 2/3 creature. Whenever a creature is turned face up, you may draw a card. You know what? This card is going up in value. We got more and more cards that are, what's it called? Manifested than ever before. So I think this card is going up in value. It was certainly very worthless in its time. It's worthless today, but it's not very worthless. And that is the key to this. Key to the value of this card. Who has not got a card yet? Michael Ing. I think you did get a card. That's okay. When we get to another mana value, you get another card. False Prophet, a 4-mana 2/2. When it's put into the graveyard from the battlefield, exile all creatures. Of course, you could build around that card and make it work not too bad. Talathar with Aladdin. It's not the Aladdin I know. Not from Disney, anyhow. 4-mana 1/1. Human Rogue. For 3 mana, tap. Gain control of target artifact for as long as you control Aladdin. That card is sick. You don't like stealing cards around here? Fan Factor, Ali from Cairo. It's interesting, all these cards are coming from Arabian Nights. So 4 mana 0/1, damage that would reduce your life total. This is not bad. Disqualified. Damage that would reduce your life total to less than 1 reduces it to 1 instead. Is that so bad? That makes you immortal. That makes you literally immortal. This is a very strong card. Voltland with Blind Seer. Okay, that card sucks. Blind Seer is a 4-mana 3/3. 2 mana, target spell or permanent becomes the color of your choice until end of turn. I dare you all to make some use out of this card. Has anyone ever, like, blown someone out with a Blind Seer? I don't think so. Aladdin wasn't too bad back in the day. Artifacts dominated. Artifacts still dominate. That hasn't changed, that's for sure. Blind Seer is Urza. I agree. That's what they say on the spoiler pages. That's what they say in the fan theory. Is it actually just stone cold confirmed? I mean, it looks like Urza. Looks a smidge young, though. Okay, we have Corinalder with Keldorn. Is it Keldoran? Home Guard instead of Keldorn. Yeah, it's Keldorn. I know my Keldorans, apparently. 4 mana 1/6 human soldier. At end of combat, if Keldorn Home Guard attacked or blocked this combat, put a -0/-1 counter on Keldorn Home Guard and put a put a 0/1 white deserter creature token into play. Let me read that again. Let's see. Do you know what? Screw the ancient scripture. At end of combat, if this creature attack or block this combat, put a -0/-1 counter on this creature and create a 0/1. Okay, basically we're exchanging toughness for 0/1s, and eventually the Keldorn Home Guard. Don't worry, you're not going to be guarding for too long before you meet your end. But we got a bunch of 0/1 babies out of you, apparently. Apparently was sort of a recruiter. Maybe they just say that because it's so bad and Lord High Artificer is so good. If you read the books, Blind Seer is Urza. All right, it's a true thing. Abyssal Hunter. Abyssal Hunter is a 4 mana 1/1 minion. Human assassin. I guess minion's not a creature type anymore. For a black tap target creature, Abyssal Hunter deals damage equal to its power to that creature. Well, at least it's not fighting. Because this Abyssal Hunter apparently is not going to win in any fight. Look at the muscles on this thing. I always find it so strange that 1/1s are so strong. And then you got Fugitive Wizard, which apparently can go one-on-one with this guy. Which is pathetic. Hexenor with Strom Galdspy. All right, you hear the music. That means we're moving on to 5 mana value cards. Right after this one, Strom Galdspy is a 4 mana 2/4. If Strom Galdspy attacks and is not blocked, you may choose to have it deal no combat damage to defending player this turn. If you do so, defending player must play with their hand face up on the table until Strom Galdspy leaves play. What the hell is this? In exchange for not dealing damage to you, I'd like to know what you have in your hand for the rest of the game. I appreciate it. But now, do what I appreciate even more? Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards on the digital client Magic Online, where I play pre-modern, I play Pauper, I play Modern. I love playing my paper formats on Magic Online. But you know what I don't like? I don't like having to buy and sell cards constantly. I want to have access to every card in existence, and you can do so when you're renting with Mana Traders. Support the channel using coupon code Nikachu_AHL for a 40% cash back on your 3rd month subscription. Okay, we're now at 5 mana value cards, everybody. 5 mana value. Moving up the food chain. Okay, now we're gonna get. Now you want Chandler? Okay, Chandler, you're here. Congratulations, Chandler. You made the show. 5 mana, 3/3, and for triple red, destroy target artifact creature. If that, well, this is 24 cents, so I guess the card has to be bad. In my mind, this card is good. You can destroy a Bolus's... Oh, sorry. It's artifact creature. That's the down... I forgot. That's... So what you have to do with this card is you have to animate their artifacts into creatures. Then you blow it up. I'm sure that's a real pain to do, though. We have... Talithar with Atalia. Samite Master. This is a 5 mana 2/3 cleric. It's a human cleric. It's also a legendary creature, apparently. X tap, choose 1. Prevent the next X damage that would be dealt to target creature this turn, which could include Atalia, or you gain X life. Spend only white mana this way. Ooh. Ugh. You need to use your white mana on this thing. Next up, we got Soth. Soth with Rashida. Scalebane. Rashida Scalebane is a 5 mana 3/4 legendary human soldier. Never heard of you, Rashida. Okay, tap. Bury target attacking or blocking dragon. Gain an amount of life equal to that dragon's power. This thing is awesome. This thing is awesome for a bad card. Imagine old... I think everyone who has like a buddy that plays the dragon deck needs to face the wrath of Rashida Scalebane. It's not even bad stats. You have a 5 mana, you get like a 3/4 creature for 5 mana, and you get to destroy their dragons. I think it's pretty cool. Next we got Kano with Red Cliffs Armada. 5 mana value. Thanks so much for letting me know. Look at this thing. Looks like, oh, it's not a dragon, it's a ship. It's a 5 mana 5/4 human soldier. Red Cliffs Armada can't attack unless defending player controls an island. But fortunately, it doesn't get blown up for not having any islands. Is this considered island home? I guess not. It's gotta need, it needs the clause that it needs you need an island or it gets destroyed. Bolt says, I got nothing, but I'm gonna stick around to see all the garbage. People love seeing the garbage. Some of that garbage is good. I think some people are gonna get Rashida Scalebane for their deck. You could get Rashida Scalebane, and then you could play some card that turns people's creatures into dragons. That'll work out. I can't keep track of who's had 2 cards, 3 cards, 4 cards at this point. David Sampson, Grandmother Sanger. The grandmother. She is the only grandmother in this game. Unbelievable. 5 mana 3/3. She's the only granny, the only nana. Target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn for paying 2 mana and tapping it. That is a very slow Bowmasters, if you ask me. Very slow. Prince of Winners, Anarchist. At 5 mana. Looks like a Disney cartoon character. 5 mana for a 2/2 human wizard. When Anarchist enters the battlefield, you may return target sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. I'll take that. You won't need it when the revolution comes. Doesn't look like a Disney villain or something. They'll all pay. I swear to God, they're all gonna pay. There's Aunt May in the Spider-Man set. Yeah, but she's not. She's an aunt, although she is like a grandmother. She's a grandmother. I don't even know. Is she a grandmother to anybody? Did Aunt May have any kids? I don't think so. No, I don't think Aunt May is considered a grandmother. She's just an aunt to to. What happened to Peter Parker's parents? Are they dead? I actually never thought about that. Why is he living with his Uncle Ben and Aunt May? We have David Sampson with Righteous Avengers. Righteous Avengers. Not the actual Avengers, apparently. So 5 mana, 3/1 with Planeswalk. One of like the 3 cards with Planeswalk. It's a good ability. Sort of. We got Miss Ann Dower with Berserkers of Blood Ridge. The Berserkers. 5 mana, 4/4. And Berserkers of Blood Ridge attacks each turn if able. That's fine if there's nothing in its way. If there's anything in its way, that's a problem. Voltland with Supreme Inquisitor. Supreme Inquisitor. This is a 5 mana 1/3. Tap 5 untap wizards you control. Search target player's library for up to 5 cards and remove them from the game. Then that player shuffles their library. I'll tell you what. Oops, sorry about that. I got the words in the way. I'll tell you what. A combo deck will sweat like bullets when they see the Supreme Inquisitor in play. And it will. Well, to be honest, if you're up against a combo deck, they're probably comboing off before you can even get this thing going on. Probably not happening. We have N. Hailstone says, I used to think a Planeswalker was a creature with Planeswalk. You know what? I've never made that mistake, but I most certainly wouldn't blame you. We got Jordner with Vectus Agents. Okay, Surefire South says, in the comics, Peter Parker's parents died in a plane crash orchestrated by one of his villains, Red Skull, which led to him living with his aunt and Uncle Ben. It's always a villain. There's never any accidents, except for the accident of becoming Spider-Man. Vectus Agents is a 5 mana 4/3 human rogue, and for 2 mana, Vectus Agents gets -2/-0 until end of turn and is unblockable this turn. So for 2 mana, I have a 2/3 unblockable. You know what? I can have unblockable creatures for a lot less mana than that, and that are not artifacts, and are mono blue or mono black, for that matter. Next we've got, okay, Mercenary really wants Barbarian General. Really excited about this. Barbarian General. Barbarian General is a 5 mana 3/2 with Horsemanship. It's that is unblockable. That is a strictly Barbarian General is a strictly better Vectus Agents. Strictly better. Well, I guess it dies to shock. We got Foxer Grinder with 2 damage unblockable OP. Okay, so Foxer Grinder likes the Vectus Agents. But if you like Vectus Agents, let me tell you what, you can play Barbarian General too. Just proving it's a real MTG card. It is a real MTG card. Archangel Anu with Ancestress Prophet. Ancestors. The prophecy has come true, and it's terrible. 5 mana 1/5. Tap 5 untap clerics you control to gain 10 life. For the cleric decks out there. It was called a Cleric Lord back then. Surefire ourselves with Corrupt Official. All right, we are now at 6 mana value. We've hit the 6 mana value mark. Corrupt Official. I want to hear some 6 mana value cards out of everybody. 5 mana for a 3/1. This card regenerates for 3 mana. Regenerate the Corrupt guy. Whenever Corrupt Official becomes blocked, defending player discards a card at random from his or her hand. Why does this card get to regenerate? Are we bribing people? Is that the idea? Don't kill me. I will. Don't arrest me either. I'll give you gold instead. His favor comes at a high price, even though I don't pay anything. Okay, we're at 6 mana value. We have Miss Andover with Casimir the Lone Wolf. There's a lot of lone wolves out there. But we're looking at Casimir the Lone Wolf. 6 mana 5/3. And it has no abilities. That's it. This is what you get. You got a gold card. Kano with the Grassland Crusader. Grassland Crusader is a 6 mana 2/4. Tap, target elf or soldier gets +2/+2 until end of turn. I love putting this in my elf deck. You know what? When I play elves and I amass a huge ton of mana, the first thing I think about is sinking that mana into a Grassland Crusader. That's right. 6 mana, that looks like a lot of mana for maybe a human deck, where for an elf deck, that's basically nothing. And I can't wait to buff up my one dinky Llanowar elf by +2/+2. They can't wait either. Next we got Lord Magus from Hexenort. Lord Magus is this Lord Magus? Magus of the Order? Is that such a card? Sorry, hard. Magnus. Lord Magnus. All right. Ugh. This looks like something out of Doom. Is a 6 mana 4/3 first striker. Creatures with Planeswalk or Forest Walk may be blocked as though they did not have this ability. It's funny. Well, I mean, there are quite a few Forest Walk cards out there, but as we all know, there's not a lot of Planeswalk cards out there. So this card is basically only affecting Forest Walk cards, which there are still not many in existence in the first place. Steve Cooper commenting on the other card. If you put non-elves in the elf deck, they don't get wiped by Plague Engineer. Look at that. Now that's tech right there. That's tech if I ever saw one. Okay, we got Corbinek with Champion Lancer. Champion Lancer is a 6 mana 3/3. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to Champion Lancer by creatures. It's not that bad. It's really, you know, this is one. It's a bad card, but I think it's the best of the bad cards over here. We got Jagra with Torsten von Ursus. How many Ursus cards are there? None. Just this one. And it is also 6 mana do nothing. Felicia, which planes are Landwalk keyword from? Maybe we can get more in the future. Dominaria? They made Island. I mean, there's been Island Walk since beta, right? Because of Lord of Atlantis and Goblin King, and I think Elvish Champion's been since the beginning. I can't remember, though. Landwalk has been around since forever. Aurora with Johan. Is this another vanilla creature? It's got words. It's got words. 6 mana 5/4. I'm not going to read the ancient scripture. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may have Johan gain. Johan can't attack until end of combat. Now, if you do, attacking doesn't cause creatures you control to tap this combat if Johan is untapped. Oh, that's interesting. So, for as long as this thing's untapped, your creatures have vigilance. Very weird card. We got Bolts. Commander Grieven. So you got a card. Look, Bolts. You jumped up to the occasion here. You knew a bad 6 CMC card. It's a 6 mana 7/5. So it's called Commander Grieven Ilvek. It is the commander of all commanders. It even has commander in the name. It's got fear. When Commander Grieven Ilvek enters the battlefield, sack a creature. You can sack itself to pay for it. Blink Somniac with Vindictive Mob. Vindictive Mob is 6 mana for a 5/5 human berserker. When Vindictive Mob comes into play, sack a creature. Vindictive Mob can't be blocked by Saprolings. Who has Saprolings in 2026? I mean, I guess some people might have some. And if they do, probably even if they do have Saprolings, there's probably some other stupid tokens that can block them anyway, like plants or something. You know what I mean? Oh, Steve Cooper, you're a little slow to the draw. I'm sure you'll get there. Bolt says, I don't like looking things up. Usually go off memory, but decide to do it anyways. Gotcha. You can remember. Yeah, Saprolings? In my card game these days? Saprolings was a common token spawn in the OG Ravnica. Even saw some Saprolings in just OG Magic, period. Miss Endover with Princess Lucrezia? 6 mana. We get to add a blue, baby! Tap to add a blue mana. All right, we're now at 7 mana value. We're moving up to 7 mana value cards. I want to hear all your 7 mana cards. Before we get to those 7 mana cards, I'll get Indiana Jones's Keldorn Phalanx. Keldorn Phalanx. What is this? 6 mana for a 2/5. It's got banding, and it's got first strike. I'm telling you, banding and first strike, not to be underestimated. I just don't know if I want to spend a whole 6 mana on it, that's all. Kano with Chaos Lord. Oh my god. That is such a sick name. They wasted on this card, didn't they? Yeah, they did. 7 mana, 7/7 first striker. Chaos Lord can attack the first turn it comes into play on a side, except the turn it first comes into play. During your upkeep, count the number of permanents. If the number is even, target opponent gains control of Chaos Lord. Take my Chaos Lord, please. I would love it. Menose, the ever-godly Veldrain of Sengir. Veldrain of Seng. This guy, the Snake Plishkin. I always think of Snape, is it Snape? No, Snake Plishkin, whenever I see this card. 7 mana for a 5/5 legend, and for 3 mana, Veldrain gets -3/-0 and gains Forest Walk until end of turn. It can't be blocked for as long as defending player controls a forest. We've got Archangel Anu with Joe Yu. Chief Commander. At 7 mana. 7 mana for an 8/8. You can't attack unless your opponent has an island in play. It's not quite Island Walk. We have to give it we have to give our opponent an island, which is not possible now, thanks to Harbinger of the Seas. Harbinger of the Seas will do that. You're thinking the same thing, Steve Cooper. Oh, you're a little slow on the draw here, unfortunately. Chaos Lord saw standard play, amazingly enough. You know what? There's a lot of bad cards that have seen standard play, even today. I usually don't consider standard to be like, you know, the barometer of power level at any point. Maybe these days, a lot of powerful cards see play in other formats. There was a Badger Mole Cub is seeing a lot of play in a lot of other formats. The Snake Plishkin art is wasted on that last card. Well, they can bring it back. You know, they can't use the name again, but well, I guess they could. They could go Veldrain of Singer, the Returned, or some crap like that. Getting sniped by the end of the show is going to happen. There's only a few high CMC humans. Yeah, I guess so. Creatures back then were awful. We've got Prince of Winners, Costa Dirk. Is it just Costa Dirk? Is there a Dirk? Is it Dirk? Oh, it's Gosta Dirk. Gosta. 7 mana for a 4/4 with first strike, and creatures with Island Walk may be blocked as if they did not have this ability. Why are they hating on my Merfolk? What did Merfolk do? It's literally only hating on what is it? Hating on Dandan? Does Dandan have Island Walk? Can't remember. I don't think so. Also, I don't think Dandan was even out. Oh no, Dandan was out. There was Arabian Nights. Dandan can't attack unless defending player controls an island. No, it doesn't even have Island Walk. Gosta Dirk is only just trying to beat up on my Merfolk cards. Very rude. We got Soth with Savitri Skarzam. Skarzam is a 7 mana 6/4 with no abilities. All right. Mercenary with Barktooth Warbeard is a 7 mana 6/5 human, also no abilities. Damn. When you get high enough, when the mana value gets high enough, the humans suddenly don't do anything. They just flat out have no abilities. Talthar says there's a 6 mana Selesnya human that stops Forest Walk and Planeswalk if it makes you feel better. We did that one actually. Yeah, we saw it already. Were you there? Or was it a different? Is it a different human? Phil Goad, Riders of the Mark. Riders of the Mark is 7 mana 7/4 human knight. The spell costs 1 less to cast for each human you control. Sick. Trample haste at the beginning of your end step. If Riders of the Mark attack this turn, return it to its owner's hand. Aw. If you do, create a number of 1/1 human soldier creature tokens equal to its toughness. That's neat. I think that's very neat. I do think it's quite poor, but I think it's neat. It does have haste, which means you can replay it. Oh, you probably could play it for nothing in the future. Probably is a little bit strong for this this thing. Okay, we got Steve Cooper with crowd favorites. You got what? You got one, Steve Cooper. Congratulations. 7 mana for a 4/4. For 4 mana, we can tap target creature. We can even tap itself. For 4 mana, crowd favorites gets +0/+5 until end of turn. In fact, you could stack that if you have a lot of mana. If you can cast this, you can probably make this a 4/14 creature. Okay, where's a Warhammer guy? Is there a Warhammer card out there? For your information, humans' highest mana value is 8. That's okay, because once we hit 8... Is there only like 1 8? I guess we'll do all of them and then that's over. Corinne Alder with River Turnbull. Riven. Riven Turnbull. Oh, we get to add a black mana. At 7 mana. So we can ramp into that 8 mana value card. We did Veldrain of Sengir. Okay, is there anything we haven't done? I guess we're looking at all the cards. Patrick Star. Is that the SpongeBob character? It is! Oh, it's the Barktooth Warbeard. So that's just a 6/5 vanilla card. Just 6/5. What else do we've got here? Did we do Scholar of Ages? Scholar of Ages, a 7 mana 3/3. When it enters the battlefield, return up to 2 target instant and or sorcery cards from your graveyard to your hand. That card could be dangerous. I imagine the things I'm going to get at that point in the game are going to things like Time Warp. I love my Time Warps. I'm a blue player. Don't judge me. We got... Are we out? Are we out of cards? People are suggesting 8 mana value cards. Okay, we're moving on to 8 mana value cards. David Sampson with Gigantomancer. Show might end early because we're just running out of cards, period. Gigantomancer is an 8 mana 1/1. That is very small. Very, very small. But for 1 mana, target creature you control becomes a 7/7 until end of turn. They know how to make things big. You can get your Viagra from the Gigantomancer. Philgo. Oh no, I just did this one. What do we have at 8 mana? The Scornful Egotist. It's errated to be a human. Yeah, that's right. It's fine. 8 mana for a 1/1, and it's got more for a blue. It's the greatest trolling card of all time. It's much better off as a morph because it's just bigger and better. Manosei says, pretty sure 8 is just Scornful Egotist and Gigantomancer. Human. Mana value greater than 7. Oh, okay, sorry. We can have anything above. Look, there's a lot of... Oh, I see. There's just not much. Okay, we're okay. We're not at just 8. We're anything above 8. But it seems like there's... What else is there? Let's judge all these cards. Okay, Arden is good. What about this card? The Flight of Equinaughts. It's an 8 mana 4/5 with Convoke and Flying. 10 cents. No one will play this card. Whoops. What else do we got here? Does anyone play with Jadzi, the Oracle of Arcavios, an 8 mana 5/5? Discard a card, return Jadzi, Oracle of Arcavios to its owner's hand. Yeah, this is probably a little too good. Magecraft, whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a non-land card, you may cast it by paying 1 rather than pay its mana cost. If it's a land card, put it onto the battlefield. Also, you can play the sorcery, the Journey to the Oracle. Oh, the Journey to the Oracle is a little too strong. You may put any number of land cards from your hand onto the battlefield, or maybe it's not that strong. Then, if you control 8 or more lands, you may discard a card. If you do, return Journey to the Oracle to its owner's hand. Like, I would imagine most of your lands are already on the battlefield at this point. Oh, Kamal! Are you any good? Probably too good. 8 mana... Well, now, we are looking at the worst humans by mana cost. So, if these cards probably are the worst, Jadzi is worse than, say, Arden. Arden sets the stage here. Okay, we'll say Kamal is also one of the worst at 8 mana. It's 8 mana's 5/5 human druid. At the beginning of combat on your turn, creatures you control get +3/+3 and gain trample until end of turn. Holy crap! For 2 mana, until end of turn, target land you control becomes a 1/1 elemental creature with vigilance, indestructible, and haste. It's still a land. It also has partner. Jay Cross says, I like Arden, but he still needs more synergistic cards to work in Commander. Really? Not good enough for Commander, huh? Plenty good enough for Standard. How about Yuma? Yuma looks like it's garbage. It's 10 cents. Or sorry, it's 41 cents. We can end the show on Yuma. The Proud Protector. It is 8 mana human ranger. It's a 6/6 creature. The spell costs 1 less to cast for each land card in your graveyard. When Yuma, Proud Protector, enters the battlefield or attacks, you may sacrifice a land, and if you do, you draw a card. Whenever a desert card is put into your graveyard from anywhere, create a 4/2 green plant warrior creature token with reach. Alrighty then. Yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing at the top. It's it. Prince of Winter says, if you did the worst fish in MTG show, would merfolk count? Absolutely not. Merfolk are not fish. They are 2 separate creature types. I mean, we could have like an amphibian show where like octopus and I don't know, are there squids in this game? There's like jellyfish. That might count. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. As usual, we do these shows Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, like you all know, and also on Tuesdays, Thursdays, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks to everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, or even super chat so other people are part of the show. And of course, thank you so much, everyone, for being here today. I so much appreciate and love you all. People like Steve Cooper, Hexenort, Aurora, David Sampson, Kano, Talitha. We got Benny, Mercenary, Manose, Fireburn. I think I got you, Hexenort. And many more. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing those coffees. And we're going to keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.